Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So welcome to this grammar time. So we are going to start then with people who are here, okay? So let me know if you can see the screen. Yes? No?
Yes, teacher.
Thank you very
Hello,
much.
teacher, yes.
Hello, thank you. Okay, so well, today we're going to talk about contrasted clauses. So my name is LINETH Acosta Wilches. I'm tutor from some of you, probably. So, and it is the grammar time in this section, okay? Sorry? I didn't listen to you. Okay. So well, we're going to start then. So well, we have this activity, this is a small activity. I'm going to share a small link about a Padlet, and you're going to write pairs of opposite ideas on the board. There are some examples like hot, cold, early, late, big city, small town, expensive, cheap, extroverted, shy. Okay, those are opposites, but you have to create with some of them or with those of them a small sentences like you can see here. Bogota is a big city, but Ishara is a small town. Just like that, please. I'm gonna share through chat the link where you have to type your sentences. Okay, what is the chat here? Chat. Please let me know if you can see it. If it works. So remember, just write small or simple sentences like big, like as you can see in the example. Sorry. I'm very interested in small town. I can see here what you type over there. So please write your name and the sentences. Let's take like 3 minutes to do it, and we continue with that.
Teacher, how can we to enter to that link?
It is in the chat. I just post in the chat. You can see over there. And here.
I can see it in chat.
Okay, let me see. Now.
Not yet.
Okay. Okay, give me a second, please. I stop sharing. I don't know why it is not working, or I can allow me to send you.
Not
Okay,
yet.
already. Yeah, I did.
Now I can see it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm waiting for your participation, guys. Remember this, please. Okay, I have two examples, like it's very hot in the desert, but it is cold in the mountains. My dad is an extroverted person, while I had been always a shy person. Okay, so you use some of the, guys, please mute your microphones so we can continue with that. Thank you. So there are some of the words that we are going to talk today. So I'm going to explain you some of them, okay? But please taking into account these examples and of course the examples that you have in your mind because we're going to work on that later, okay? So I gotta continue with that. Some of you have you heard about contrasted clauses? What are those? What are them? Okay. So what? Contrasted clauses in English introduce a statement that contrasts with or opposes another idea in the sentence. They are commonly introduced by conjunctions like although, even though, while, whereas, but, however, despite, and in spite of. Okay, those are some of them, of course, and those are that we are going to talk today. So I don't know if somebody can help me reading this small code that is here. You want to? Okay, so I'm hungry. Can I have a snack? Sure, help yourself. Can have an apple or an orange from the fridge? Even though we're both talking English, we're not speaking the language. Can you tell me the difference between them, or what these even though means in that sentence? No? Okay. Well, here is a small explanation and some examples about each of them. Okay, so just pay attention for that, because after that we are going to do 3 activities that you have to participate. Of course, those are just in the virtual way. So we can use although or even though at the beginning or middle of a sentence, followed by a clause. It means subject plus verb. We never use a comma after although or even though. So here we have, although we had a bad game, we won. We won even though we had a bad game. What is the difference, or what can you tell me about it? Nothing? Or what is the specific purpose of using although or even though? Nobody do it? So although means in Spanish like aunque, okay? So doesn't matter the situation, there is something as a result or a nice result, okay? The next one that we have is however. So we use however to connect two different sentences. We normally use however at the beginning of the second sentence after a full stop or a semicolon. However, it is always followed by a comma. So we didn't like the hotel, period. However, we had a fantastic time. We went to the beach, semicolon. However, the weather wasn't perfect. We can also use at the end of the sentence. So we didn't like the hotel, period. We had a fantastic time, comma, however. Those are the uses for this one, and I think it's one of the common ones that we use most of the time. So it is one of the specific grammar rules, or yeah, like grammar or grammatical part with however, okay? We have yet, usually we use this, and it is the word yet means but or however, and we use it to introduce a contrast to something that has just been mentioned. A subject and verb follow it, and it often appears after a comma or the word and. It can also be used after a full stop followed by a comma, but that's much less common. So, she was tired, comma, yet she continued to work. The task was difficult, comma, and yet they managed to complete it. She was tired, period, yet, comma, she continued to work. So the last one is not common, that is not that common as the previous one. So that's basically what it says is not common, but it is possible too, okay? So yet means it is like it is said like a contrast word, of course. We can use like a but But however, but usually it's not usually like however. It is most of the time like but. Okay, she was tired, comma, yet she continued to work. Okay, probably we have used this one in a different context or in a different grammar part, like the negative sentences and the equations and these kind of things. But here, there is another use for this one. We have despite and in spite of. Despite and in spite of are usually followed by a noun or an ing verb. They can go at the beginning or in the middle of the sentence. So in spite of the rain, we went to the concert. They arrived despite or in spite of leaving very early. What can you notice over there? Who can help me with that? Despite the rain, comma, we went to the concert. In spite of the rain, we went to the concert. They arrived despite of leaving very early, or they arrived in spite of leaving very early. Nothing? As it is said, it has to be at the beginning or in the middle, doesn't matter. But it is necessary a noun and an ing verb, okay? So it is like a mandatory situation, but yes. So we can use a clause, subject plus verb, after despite or despite of, plus the fact that. We went out despite the fact that it was raining, or we went out in spite of the fact that it was raining. That's like a small grammatical rule that you can use with that one if it is necessary or if you consider it is better to use. Okay? I, we have why and whereas, and it is one of you use this one in your example, and it is we use why and whereas to show contrast between two facts or ideas. They can be used at the beginning or in the middle of a sentence, after a comma, and are often interchangeable. So, also it is common to use this one in the continuous tenses, right? But in this case, we're talking about clauses, so that's why it is why she enjoys cooking, she prefers to eat out. Whereas she enjoys cooking, he prefers to eat out. Mary likes classical music, while her sister prefers jazz. And Mary likes classical music, whereas her sister prefers jazz. Okay, those are the common contrasted clauses that we usually use when we talk or when we write. Okay, so I don't know if you have questions so far. Is it clear? No? Okay. So now we're going to do a small activity, and the first one it is Kahoot. So I need you please go to your phones. I'm going to share the code, the PIN code to connect to that, okay? I'm going to start sharing this part for a moment, and I will share, I will share the code for that. So please go to Kahoot, please participate. So because it is most of the time these small words that we use commonly needs to practice, okay? So that's why I decided well, I decide one activity and the other ones is just for practice, okay? So give me a second, please. Okay, can you see it?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so please join to that. Thank you. Nobody else? Okay, I'm gonna start with these 5 people who are here. So if you want to join, you can do it.
No me aprovecho antes, yo ya me meto a clase y sorry. Bueno.
Please mute your microphones, thank you. Okay, thank you for your participation. So, now, oh, sorry. So now we're gonna go here again. So in this one, I need you to tell me aloud, please. So, who wants to participate? And tell me one of these numbers. Ok, me regalan un segundo, porfa, que algo pasó acá. Y ya. Chicos, ¿me regalan un momento, por favor, que me tengo que mover de oficina? Okay, sorry. I'm back. Okay, so now we're going to continue with this, please. So here, what? Well, basically what you have to tell me, it is the correct answer that you think is right, and we are going to see it. So please open your microphones and let me know which one you think is the right answer. Nobody?
A.
I need your participation, guys. A, okay. Now, we gotta move to another one. In this moment, I cannot see the chat because I'm sharing the screen. Okay. Okay, you said Jeanette, A, okay. Now, let's go with the third one. Dario said A. No. That's fine.
A.
Okay, A, B, okay. Yes. Number 5.
Britney, bitch.
Hey, Julie, Jeanette said
Britney,
B.
bitch.
Okay, let's see it. No. Number 6.
Britney, bitch. Britney, bitch.
Hey. Let's start again with number 1. Okay. Number 2 again. No.
Oh,
Number 3 again. AC. No.
nah.
Again, number 5.
A.
No. Okay, so let's see if those were your answers. I think so. So, well.
Ya acabar la sesión.
Okay, well. And finally, I have this activity too. So, oops. Here there are some sentences, okay? Here, and you're going to tell me, I'm gonna see it through the chat too. Here. So, well, please read the sentence, and here is the option. Do two because for, and at the end, we're going to check our answers, okay? So, we're going to start with the first one. So, the price of oil has gone, the increase in production.
Because. Due to, sorry.
Due to.
So, which one? You two?
Due to.
Okay. So, the next one, it is even though, despite, therefore, a lot has been done, we need to continue working hard.
Even though.
Despite.
Even though.
Oh, all right. Yes, even though.
Okay, we will see, okay, no worries. You need to find a more user-friendly name so that in order to, for people can access it more quickly.
In order to.
So that? No. For?
I don't know. Make sure the answer that you're going to give me. Okay.
In order to?
For.
For? No
Only do because due the weather conditions, the fire could not be contained.
Because.
Okay.
Because.
When you argue with your partner, you may say things that you don't really want to say. However, for this reason, even though you should choose your words carefully before you speak.
Even though.
For this.
Okay.
I think it's for this reason.
For the reason. Yo pienso que es for the reason.
Okay, we're going to see it. So we're going to check, change in case, for this reason. I'm going to say only a few words. For not to, so not to, so as not to take too much of your time.
For not to. For not to. So it's como
Not
entonces.
to.
For
So
not
no
to.
Sorry?
So no. For not to.
Okay. So, number 7, they didn't find any evidence of illegal activity and despite this, however, consequently, the investigation regarding these companies was terminated.
Despite this.
Despite this. Despite this.
Okay.
Yes.
Number 8, I recorded
Record.
the match because of, in case, so that we want to watch it again.
In case, I
In
believe.
case.
Okay. So number 9, nobody is perfect. Therefore, however, even though nobody's decisions are perfect either.
However,
However.
Number 10,
Therefore.
since, because of, you are not listening to me, I just stopped talking.
because
Although.
of. No. Also.
So ready
I
to
think
check?
it's since.
Which one?
Although.
Since?
Since.
Okay. Since all the okay,
Since.
that's fine. We're going to check anyway. Okay, let's see it.
And in the 7 is another one, please. Can you show me the options, please? All right, I got it.
Yes. Okay, I already, okay, we got 5 from 10. Okay, so this one is right. The price of oil has gone down due to blah, blah, blah. The second one, it is even though, which is right too. So that was wrong. Correct answer, so that. So here is a small explanation why so that. Okay, so you can see it here. Okay. So we can use so that plus subject plus verb to express purpose. We normally use a modal verb with this connector. So could, can, would, etc. To, in order to, as, and so as to are also used to express purpose, but they must be followed by an infinitive. Okay, so that's why it is here. Okay, so the answer is so that. Well, here we have another one, and it is owing to. So when we want to explain the reason why something happened or why someone did something, we can use as, since, because, plus subject, plus verb, or because of, due to, or owing to, plus noun. So here the noun is whether, okay? Whether, sorry. We have this one, which is right. When we argue with a partner, you might say things that I don't really want to say for this reason. It's right. I'm going to say only a few words so as not to. Okay, so we can use to in order to, and so as to plus infinitive to express purpose. So as you can see here in the example, the negative forms are in order to, not to, and so as not to, plus infinitive. We can also use for to express purpose, but we use for plus noun. Okay, so in this page that I'm using right now, you can use all these grammatical topics, and they are going to give you an explanation why yes or why no. Okay, so it is useful sometimes. Here we have that the answer is consequently. So in the sentence above, we need a clause of result. We use clauses of result to talk about the result of an action or situation. The result of not finding any illegal activity was that the investigation was terminated. So, however, and despite are used to express contrast, not a result. Okay, so that's the small difference between them. So this one is fine in case. So because of must be followed by a noun, not a clause. Okay. And we have nobody's perfect. Therefore, so in this case or in this sentence above, we need a clause of result. We use clauses of result to talk about the result of an action or situation. The result of nobody being perfect is that nobody's decisions are perfect either. So it is also used to talk about result, but it can't be followed by a comma. Okay. And the last one is since. So in the both since and because of are used to introduce clauses of reason. but because of must be followed by a noun. So the thing with these contrasted clauses or clauses in general, they need specific things to be used, as it is said here. Like, for example, because of rain, because of you, because of a cat, because of the dog, whatever. So it is necessary to be or to have a noun, so you can use that. Okay. So of course it is different when you use because without of. Okay. So okay. I don't know if you have questions about it. Is it clear? Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. So I don't know if somebody has questions. Ginert, Lizette, huérfano.
Hola, profe, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes, good afternoon.
¿Cómo estás, profe? Pues la verdad te cuento, yo ingresé, mi inquietud es para saber si podemos tener acceso a ese material. Sucedió que yo ingresé y el internet estaba caído por allí para acá y no encontré el enlace para el juego y bueno, realmente no estaba. Entonces, puedo dejar pues lo más básico comentario. Entonces, puedo tener pues, acceso a la información de algún enlace, una presentación, un documento. Gracias.
Bueno, sí, claro, acá queda la, ¿cómo se llama? La grabación, por supuesto. Acá en el chat les voy a compartir la página que estábamos haciendo hace un momento.
Gracias, profe.
Con eso ustedes pueden practicar. El juego, pues como lo hice yo, pues ese tiene los permisos para usarlos, pero aquí en la grabación lo pueden observar. Y aquí está también, obviamente, pues la que usamos de la última, donde está la de World War. Aquí también se las dejo para que ustedes puedan, incluso ese es un recurso que ustedes pueden encontrar diferentes temas y pueden practicar.
Ok, profe. Sí, es como llegué tarde y quedé perdida y pues creo que el tema es un poquitico más complejo, no es como un verbo to be básico, es algo más.
Es más de práctica.
Muchísimas gracias.
Dale, con gusto. ¿Alguien más, chicos? Nobody else? Okay, guys, if nobody has any questions, we can end with our grammar CIPAS for today. So remember that the recording is here, so you can find. I already shared the two links, so if you want to practice or you want to remember these kind of things, it will be great for you. Okay, so thank you very much for coming. So see you in the next opportunity.
Thank you, bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.